So Easter is just around the corner, and we know what that means. That means egg hunts for the children. And usually what do eggs have in them? They usually have candy, which isn't exactly the best for your kids to get on sugar highs all the time. At least I know I don't want my kids eating sugar all the time. It's not only bad for their health, but also bad for their teeth. So it got me thinking, what are some options I could have that aren't candy related? In this video, I'm going to show you what I'm doing this year. So of course, like most parents, the first thing that come to mind is having little trinkets in there instead of candy. But of course, with little trinkets, that means that you're filling up the house with more stuff, and a lot of it. And sometimes some of those trinkets that fit into those little eggs might not be the best, or they're kind of disposable, so not good for the environment and not good for your house. Then this got me thinking too, maybe I could just do something like, like a mini scavenger hunt in a way where each egg has a different clue to find another egg. However, my children's a little bit young for that, so that's out of the option. And then there's also another one I thought about where you could basically have little, what is it called, notes or things in there for your children, such as, they picked a TV show for the day, or they get you skip out on a chore or something. But once again, I feel like my children are a little bit young for that, at almost 6 and 3.5-year-old. So what I'm planning to do is actually putting Lego pieces inside each egg. So each egg will get maybe 1 or 2 Lego pieces, and once they've collected all the eggs, they can build out the full Lego sets. And this is something my children love a lot. They love Lego, and I think this is going to be something great for them. And plus, it's not going to fill up the house too much, because if they don't play with those Legos, it can just go in a Lego bucket. Alright, so this is new. As I was looking for some nice sets, this one might be something my daughter might like. Of course, it's going to be hard to distinguish the eggs, so it's probably going to be 2 sets that my children are going to have to just kind of combine. I'm going to think of something to put in there so they know which set is which. But for $10 and 50% off, not a bad deal. Alright, so I am now looking for sets that aren't too many pieces. My son does like Marvel a lot, so these 101 and 107 pieces are not too bad. I might have to think about these because I think he likes this stuff. He doesn't have an Iron Man like that yet. That'd be pretty cool. These are another great option, these little bag ones. They come with only 40 pieces, which would be perfect. But I think my son has quite a bit of vehicles already, so I'm not sure I want to get any more vehicles. And he doesn't really know much about Minecraft. An option of Lego I would decide on would maybe something like this classic one here, which just gives him a lot of options to pick from. And it does come with a couple ideas, but it comes with a lot of Legos, and they can use their imagination, similar to these big sets. But obviously you're not going to put something this big into the eggs unless you're having a really big egg hunt. Okay, so the 2 that I ended up getting is one, the Marvel one here for my son. I talked about the Iron Man, and then the Hello Kitty builder for my daughter. So what I thought about initially was that maybe color code the eggs or something, but I didn't want to buy new eggs since we have quite a bit of eggs from previous years. So what I did was I ended up printing out a bunch of these little, let's see if I can get a focus on this, a bunch of these little printouts with different ones. So there's the Iron Man set and then the Hello Kitty set. So I'll just pack some of these pieces in here with some of them along with one of these sheets, and hopefully that's enough for my kids to realize which is which. And I'll probably have 2 different baskets for them to, when they open it, they'll be like, oh, this is Hello Kitty. They'll put all that stuff into Hello Kitty basket, and then if they get the Iron Man one, they'll put it in the Iron Man basket. So it really depends on what you want to do and how many eggs you want to use. There's 101 pieces on this one and 120 pieces on this one. So I'm going to probably have several pieces in one egg, as I really don't have room for 120 eggs or something like that, because 1 piece per egg is just a little bit crazy. It's probably going to be like 5 pieces per egg or something like that. It's going to be pretty random. I'm not going to be counting. That's to save time to put eggs. I probably only have about 40 eggs or so this stuff is going to have to fit in about that many eggs. So that's what we're doing this year. We're not going to be using candy inside our eggs. Not only will it prevent the sugar rush, as I mentioned earlier, but we also will be saving money on it, because a lot of times a lot of this candy gets thrown out, or I have to take it to work and give it to coworkers who help me finish it up, because just usually like Halloween, it's way too much candy for a family of 4 to finish. But let me know down below in the comment section if you've ever done anything similar like this, because we actually did something similar during Halloween where our children was traded in the candy for like money so that they can use it to buy something they want. I thought about doing that again this year, but then once again we would have to buy candy, and we didn't really want to go anywhere for the egg hunt this year, so we just want to do it in our backyard or something. Hopefully the weather is okay, because right now there's like a slight chance of rain on Easter, so we'll see how that works. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.